Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Mystic Scales and
And Bay
Fae
Tales
Tales podcast.
Podcast.
This is another full-length episode. We are talking about a book that came out over the summer and really kind of like shot to the top of the list for a lot of people. It is Shield of Sparrows, and we are very excited to be reviewing it today.
Yeah, Shield of Sparrows by Denvy Perry. For anyone that's the first time joining our podcast, my name is Jen,
I'm Lee.
and we are fantasy and dystopian reads, and we read a lot of things. But our main goal of our podcast is to read with our book club on the app Fable, and then read the book, review the book, and then come here for a podcast episode. So make sure if you want to find a nice, fun book club to join, just literally look up on the Fable app. If you look up Fae Tales, actually, you'll find we have two clubs. It's a little easier that way.
Mm-hmm.
We just started a second club, which is for our side quests, we were calling it. So like this would be one of them, would be Shield of Sparrows.
Yeah.
But Lee and I were just so excited we read the book before the book club. This is a rare occurrence where we read this book just the two of us and not the book club. But
Mhm.
normally it'll be with the book club. Right now our main book club is reading the Gods and Monsters series by Amber V. Nicole. We're on the second book, but like I said, we just started the side quest book club. So for any like one-off books or books that aren't in a completed series yet, we'll read in that. We're gonna start Wild Reverence first by Rebecca Ross.
Mhm.
So join us. But yeah, like we said, today we're going to be talking about Shield of Sparrows. This came out this year in 2025, May of 2025.
Yeah.
And you might remember the cover because it was the same time as the also famous book Silver Elite came out, and
Hmm.
the controversy with Silver Elite and whether or not it was, AI or pen name. We don't know what ended up happening. But this came at the same time, so people were like reviewing the two together, and they'd say
Hmm.
like Silver Elite is this, but Shield of Sparrows is actually romantasy. And
Hmm.
so you saw both of the
Hmm.
books being advertised, which was kind of great for this book. It gave them more awareness.
I mean,
And
yeah,
it's not the same publisher, so it's not like they did that on purpose. It just like happened that the internet did this and like
right.
decided to put the two together and be like, this is real romantasy. This is eh. So
Yeah.
like that was exciting.
Yeah.
So that's kind of how we saw. We just saw it online, and like I'm sure eventually we would have saw it, like because we like the
Hmm.
cover and things, we would have seen it. But it was really that online buzz that I think got us to
For
here
sure.
with the book.
Yeah. And like we'll talk about our ratings, but I think for me, like this one is like a showcase of like a buzz that was worth it,
Hmm.
that was really like truly an above and beyond book that deserved all of the hype.
Yeah, I 100% agree. And it's funny, we're going to read the back of the book ad for you all. As I was looking it up, it actually, I mean, I don't use Goodreads like that. I know you don't either, but like in Goodreads, that the rating is 4.42 out of 5. So like a lot of people agree, like this is like a 5-star book. I know that's people reviewed it on, like we said, TikTok and stuff, and it's 5 stars. And I think we've said this to each other. It's like the key example of what romantasy should be
Yeah.
currently.
Mhm.
Um, and what it like started out as, and then people have kind
Mhm.
of branched in different ways. And it's
Mhm.
kind of a great reminder of what it
Yeah.
really means to be a romantasy book. Like it's not just all about the romance, it's not just all about the fantasy. It's a mix of the two and how you can intertwine that. And
Hmm.
this is a great example of that.
Agreed. Agreed.
And what's more exciting is we were looking at this author, me and you, and we were like, this author has like 40
Oh,
books or
oh my
something.
God. Yeah.
But this
You
is
were
their
like,
first
do
like
we need to?
romantasy.
Yeah. It was really shocking to like see how many they have. And I don't know if they're necessarily like our style, the
No,
rest
they're
of
like
them.
romance and other genres.
Yeah, I think there's like a Western one.
Which
So
I love westerns now.
yeah, she's in it now.
Um,
So yeah, maybe one day, but
I think that actually helped them though, because they have a really we'll get into it more, but their structure of their novel is so well done in
mm,
terms of like we've talked about how you're able to follow the through line of the
mm,
book with these
mm,
characters and discover so much with this character, which is really important with the fantasy because you're learning so much about a different world. So I
yes.
think that even though this is their author's first like romantasy, they've had the bones and the backbones. I mean, I haven't read the previous work, but what I'm assuming from their previous work to know how to structure the novel, know how to structure the story, that
Right.
it intertwines so easily. And this is like, yeah, one of those rare occurrences where like an author who doesn't normally write romantasy like did great and like should be given that avenue to do that.
Mhm.
Um,
And this
and I
is
know that's what Red Tower was doing because this is a
that's
Red Tower
yes.
book,
Yeah,
and
I
this is
was
what
just
they're
gonna
doing.
say. I was like, this is Red Tower, right? So it's nice to see that it worked for them, that they found whether like they found her or like she found them, whatever, they found a good one.
Yeah.
And I think can be an example to the genre, especially as it grows or, new
Mhm.
people take a stab at it, whether you're I don't know, thriller writer normally or a romance
Or
writer.
just romance, yeah.
Yeah,
Because we've had those occurrences too. When we were romancing, we should go, you should just say romance,
which is fine. Yeah.
which is great
Sometimes,
too. Romance is amazing.
yeah. But yeah, no, this one had a really good backdrop, like the setting and everything. So, do you want to read
Yeah, so we were a little
place
back
us
of
in
book
this
at.
setting? Yeah.
So Shield of Sparrows is a slow burn, high stakes romantasy perfect for fans of Sarah J. Maas and Rebecca Yarros. Of course, they always use those two names and only those two names,
Yeah.
even though we know there's a million other
It's
authors,
better. Yeah.
especially a lot of other amazing authors. Okay. Where enemies become lovers, monsters stalk a cursed realm, and forgotten princess finds the strength to tear off her crown and become the warrior she was never meant to be. The gods sent monsters to the five kingdoms to remind mortals they must kneel. I've spent my life kneeling, to their will and to my father's. As a princess, my only duty is to wear the crown and obey the king. I was never meant to rule, never meant to fight, and I was never supposed to be the daughter who sealed an ancient treaty with her own blood. But that changed the fateful day I stepped into my father's throne room. The day a legendary monster hunter sailed to our shores. The day a prince ruined my life. Now I'm crossing treacherous lands beside a warrior who despises me as much as I despise him, bound to a future I didn't choose and a husband I barely know. Everyone wants me to be something I'm not, a queen, a spy, a sacrifice. But what if I refuse the role chosen for me? What if I made my own rules? What if there's power in being underestimated? And what if, for the first time, I reached for it? Dun dun dun, and it's a lot of the tags is slow burn, enemies to lovers, all that.
Hmm.
Um, so that is Shield of Sparrows. This is a series. This is number one.
Hmm.
I'm not sure if it's a duology or a full series. We'll find
It's
out soon.
She said it's a trilogy. So
Oh,
let's
nice.
let's hope
Okay.
it stays a trilogy.
Yeah. And I would say after this point right now, spoilers ahead. So
Hmm.
if you have not read the book, please come back
Yeah.
as of right now. Okay.
Yeah. Where to begin?
I
Uh,
know. So how did you
I
read the book? Did you do physical, audio? What did you do?
I did e-read
Oh, nice.
and I loved it so much that I was like, ugh, I think I need a physical copy. Like I think I need a trophy book. So haven't gotten it yet, but
Oh my God, that's hilarious.
I
I feel the same
yeah,
way.
I
I did the audiobook. I actually got the audiobook for me and you,
mm,
but then you had it on your Kindle for free. So then
mhm.
I I was like listening to the audiobook and I was like, oh my God, this author's first off, this reader is so good. The reader was amazing, like absolutely amazing at their role and reading the others and then also like the kids and all the sounds effects and the monsters. Like it was really, really cool. And I love it so much. I'm like, oh, I want to get the book. And I went to a book club event and they had the book for sale. And so I got the book while I was still reading it. And I
Okay.
was like, dang, do I then switch to the
Yeah.
physical or stay on the audio? I ended up staying on the audio because the reader was just so flippin' good. And I was
Mm,
like, now I have my trophy book. But I
hmm.
have like the regular one. Like I think there was like a sprayed edge version that
Oh,
we definitely missed.
I thought you did get the sprayed edge one.
No, I think I got the regular.
Oh.
No, I don't
Um,
remember.
I definitely looked up like limited edition, special edition. Like that's how much I wanted
Oh, oh my God. Guys, that's a big deal. That means she really, really likes it. She doesn't
it.
get special
Yeah.
editions.
No, I don't. So, but this is good. So you listened, so you can help with some pronunciation
Hopefully, yeah.
because There are like she makes up words, she makes up creature names, she makes up places. But I feel like very much in a like a cohesive way. Like it doesn't like I will say like in Gods and Monsters, that series, like every new city or whatever we get, I'm just like, what the hell is this? But in this book, in Shield of Sparrows, like I didn't question it at all. Like it was
Yeah,
natural.
did not question it.
So, but did I know how to pronounce all of them? No. That's okay.
Okay, so where do you want to begin? Or do you want to just go over the entire book of how we like to gush about it?
I guess we can just gush. We have some discussion questions too, so we can get into like deeper
Yeah, I
themes
would love that.
later. When you were reading the like description, like and the tags, like slow burn, that is not like that is very much a slow burn. Like
Hmm.
it's not a lie. Like you are going to like go through this book. It takes a long time. So
But it's because of the secrets they have, and I think that works so
yeah.
well.
But
Even though
I'm
like
just
we
saying like
predicted it, it worked so well.
people should prepare themselves. But yeah.
That's true.
Um One of the things I was thinking about, because there is a big secret, and we all pretty much figure it out
Immediately.
immediately. And I was comparing that to in Fearless when there was a big secret and we all figured
Mhm.
it out and we hated it, right? We thought it was gross, we thought it was unnecessary. But in this one, I didn't hate it. I don't know how you felt, but I was like, we know the truth, but because they don't know the truth, I felt like it was like adding to their tension.
Yeah, at first I was annoyed because it was giving Fourth Wing Violet, you're not asking the right questions.
Mhm.
Like she's not asking the right
Oh,
questions,
you did
Odessa.
send me that. Yeah.
I'm like, okay, ask the right questions. But then I like slow burn first off. I really appreciate it. I think it gives more. I don't know, you find the depth of it more like when we get to the end, the last chapter of this book where it's through his perspective and you feel like and him being like, I'm gonna go find my wife, like you're
Mhm.
like, oh, you feel the heaviness of it. And I
Yeah.
think that's the same for like when we read The Night and the Moth and Sybil and Roy, like they were slow burn too. So then at the end, with them separating, it was so you just felt it harder because
Yeah.
you just see more of their emotional journey and
Mhm.
turmoil to that.
Mhm.
And I was not bothered by the secret. I thought it was actually really smart because the way that they're
Yeah.
showing it to you, you're like, okay, this makes sense. This is like a secret that, like, duh, like, you
Right.
should definitely do that. And like the hiding and the and I think just immediately like us being Star Wars fans, we're like, "Oh, it's Padme, like it's
Yeah.
just a Padme of it all." And you're like, okay, well, you know why Padme did it, and like you see
Mhm.
the smart idea of it,
Mhm.
and when it's revealed, it's not like a gut punch, and you're just like, but then you're just like, okay, well, this is great.
Right. Right. I totally agree.
And I
So,
think it made it funnier because there was points
yeah.
like when we get to the point where she sees her quote unquote husband making out with her handmaid, she's
Mhm.
like, "Oh my God." And then when you get to the
Mhm.
reality, she's like, "I feel so relieved." And it's like, "Yeah, you should be.
Yeah.
It's not your husband, so you're fine." It's like
Yeah.
you feel relieved. There's nothing gross, like nothing weird. Like
Mhm.
it gives a lot of like like a breath of air when they find it
Yeah.
out.
Yeah. I thought she handled it very well. So that was definitely a good thing.
I
Um,
think I want to talk to you about all of the plot twists. I
okay.
think we kept saying over and over again, we kept being floored like the
Yeah.
entire book,
So
but it was
many.
in such a good way. And the
Mm-hmm.
way that she was able to wrap up a lot of these plots,
Mm-hmm.
also like the we had the even the description, we have the monster plot going on. We have, the kingdom plot going on between all the different kingdoms. We have the love story going on. And
Mm-hmm.
then we have also Odessa finding herself. Like that's a huge plot of this, of her
Yeah.
feeling like she's not enough. There was so many times I was texting you and I was like, I feel so bad for her. Like she's saying all these like awful things about herself.
I know.
And the way that you're able to like the author is able to weave that together with also giving you so many like shocking moments.
Mm-hmm.
I think that was just brilliant. Like I was so
Mm-hmm.
happy about that. It was never too predictable. Like there was things that were predictable, but there was
Sure.
things that weren't. And that's what works great in a fantasy novel is where you're able to still be surprised.
Yeah.
And like that's hard to do in romantasy, especially now with all the like copycats. Like that's really hard to
Yeah.
do.
So true. So true. Yeah. Um, okay, so like which ones stands out to you the most? Like what plot twists were you like, whoa? And like it can be
Um,
in a good or a bad way.
I really loved, I mean, you texted me this immediately that you were happy for me that the author didn't hold back. Like when we
Mm.
get to this big fight scene, which also brilliantly done with the monster, and it brought the I already had the stakes pretty high for this book, right? Like that you're reading it and you're like going through and you're like, oh my God, this is so crazy, all the stuff that's happening to these characters. And you're like, oh, the monsters is this like overarching thing that's in your head that's like,
Yeah.
oh, it's coming, it's gonna be crazy.
Yeah.
And I'm happy that we didn't get the entire thing by the end of the book because I would have just sucked. Like you wanted, we're
Right.
gonna throw this out to more books. This is great. And then the fact that you got only one monster and
Hmm.
you were able to see how much one monster was deadly, I think
Hmm.
that just changed the whole book. Because then I went, oh my God, my hope for these characters gone. I was like,
Hmm.
like, you have the hope and you're like, they're gonna be fine. I was
Yeah.
like, no, I am actually like scared for these characters.
Yeah.
And I love that. I haven't felt that in a book in so long.
It's
And
um it's like a Game of Thrones kind of thing, like no one is safe.
hmm
And it's like that was like a whoa moment. So this was very much so. Yeah. Um
Yeah, she
and
didn't hold back. She didn't hold back from all the killing. She didn't hold back from the danger. It is
yeah,
gross, and
it's
and I love
graphic.
that. It's
Yeah.
graphic, but it's real. Like, it's
Hmm.
fantasy, but it's real. It's grounded. You're gonna believe it. You're gonna be like, I'm
Hmm.
seeing a movie or I'm seeing Game of Thrones, like you said.
Yeah. And I agree. Like you saw throughout the book, like all of the preparation they were doing, right? Like the tunnels they were building and like the spikes that they have to have on their houses. So you're like, okay, like this is a big deal. And then like you actually see the monster and you're like, oh my God, like the way she describes how big it is, just like how sharp the talons are, like everything. Like, and I'm glad because like the migration isn't supposed to happen yet.
Yeah.
Like this big bad coming isn't supposed to happen. And so the fact that like it's time, like I thought that it was good that we got that little piece of it
hmm
and definitely like to keep us going along.
Yeah, it raised the stakes so much that but now we're going into book two, we're like, oh my God, they're like completely like
Hmm.
fucked. Like that they really are. And it's like this is insane. And then also, like you're saying, with the stakes and they're showing you the like they're building the tunnels and stuff. You also got to meet different monsters throughout the book, so
Yeah.
we saw the different levels of monsters. So we're like, okay, they're getting like kind of like a video game. You're leveling up to each
Hmm.
different big bad.
Hmm.
But what you told me too, what I loved was the addition of her getting the baby monster,
Oh yeah.
and that giving you at the same time as the reader being like, oh, but they're really cute and they're really like
Hmm.
how much of monsters are they made to be? Which is what the
Hmm.
whole theme I think of this book is like, are you made a monster, born a monster?
Hmm.
Yeah. So what did you think
Yeah.
of all that?
Um, well, I think like part of that is at the end. We have like a new problem or a new like wrench in the story with the monster not actually being a monster. And so it's kind of like again like we've turned things on its head and so now we have to like fight the monsters but also try to like figure out what they are. And
Mhm.
obviously like they're very connected to Odessa. And I think that's just a great like element adding to the story to like keep us going and it's going to keep us thinking like morally, right? Like if these are just people and they're just cursed, like how do we fix that? Like I love that Odessa always thinks like that. She's like there is a cure, like there is a way to fix this. And like Ransom is like there's not. Like I've written myself off, like it's okay.
Yeah.
But I did love her baby monster. I love that like Evie wanted a baby monster and then she got one. And
hmm
I think it's probably gonna end somehow like with Evie and like the future and like the hope for the future. And she's,
hmm
I don't know, taking on more monsters or just like trying to change how people view them. So I think there is like this underlying like message that the author is trying to get across, which is great because like isn't that what we love about like the Hunger Games? So it just
Really, any literature
feels
we read that has a theme that goes resonates with us. The Hunger Games, Divine
yeah,
Rivals, so many books that we've read that we love.
yeah. So I think that it just makes this book better, you know?
It does. And I like what you're saying, like the hope for the future. I definitely see that with the setup for that character. And it was very much like The Night and the Moth. They talk about the monsters and how we're underestimating them. But I think what this book did better with that is like I felt The Night and the Moth, it was a little like obvious. Like you're
Mm,
like,
mm,
oh, but why? Like she's like, well, why did they do that? And she's like,
mm,
well, because we took away their food, so now they act like monsters. But they're still monsters. And she's like, that's dumb. Where like this book, it was you because you're learning so much with Odessa, you're also like, okay, well, how you're questioning it, like, how were these monsters created? Like, who are these monsters? And
mm,
in the description of the book, it's saying that the gods did that, but we haven't met any gods. So
mm,
I'm assuming that's what we're gonna meet. So it's great setup for what's to come on who these people are, why they were, why is the world the way it is?
mm,
And Odessa has that beautiful curiosity, which is something
mm,
I loved about her character. I just loved her character. I loved her curiosity. I loved her creative spirit. Like that's what you actually needed more. And did
mm.
you feel like was there any like prophecy stuff? Or did you feel like that throughout the book, or you felt like
I
okay with
mean,
that?
I like that there's something with like her mom. Like there's a lot of foreshadowing hinting around her mom and like her hair color. And obviously like the necklace, which you made a good point about the necklace. Um,
What was my point?
your point, okay, this is like
Yeah.
a side quest. Uh, because my worry was when they get so they say that the monsters are like drawn to Odessa.
Oh.
So like what is the reasoning for that? And I think you're made to believe that it's like her blood or like her. But then you said like is it the necklace?
Yeah.
So I I didn't really go back through, but I was like, is she wearing the necklace always?
I think she is. I think
I
once
think
she leaves, she's wearing the necklace always. Because my thought was the necklace was the magical
a
item to
beacon.
create a beacon or to shift into a monster.
Mm, okay. So yeah, there's I think whatever like prophecy or whatever is gonna
And don't forget
set
her
her
eyes
down.
too.
Oh yeah, her not having the like starbursts. Um,
Did that bother you though? Like the idea of having a prophecy in the story? 'Cause I know we're not really keen on prophecies.
I don't think so. I mean, there might be more in the next book. Like she might learn more about herself. And like I think it's gonna be hard when she starts doubting, and if she gets like sacrificial. We don't
Mm,
like that.
no.
Um, but she just like I felt like every time she was like, okay, like I'm gonna go back home or like I'm gonna do X, like something would happen and she'd immediately like run to like help. And so like her heart is like to like take a stand and like
Yeah.
save people, which I love.
I love that.
Yeah.
I think what I liked, I wasn't as bothered because it didn't feel like, oh, our character's the prophecy and she's gonna save everything. It felt more like maybe she's a leftover of a story that wasn't finished.
Mhm.
So the story that we don't know about the gods and the monsters, like maybe she's that connection to help them like find the rest of the story, like if she was an abandoned child or the mother had a connection that we didn't know about, like some kind of hiding of a story. So
Mhm.
it felt more like that, where like she's not the be all end all, but she's gonna
Mhm.
help them be able to discover like what is really happening, what's the story that's missing.
Yeah.
And then in her, like you said, the self-righteousness and things, she will become that character also because she's already queen. Like she's
Right.
already a queen. So we don't have to
Hmm.
go through that whole like, oh, it's just a commoner becoming the like she's
Hmm.
already a queen.
Hmm.
And that so yeah, it didn't really bother me as much. I thought at first it would bother me like, oh my God, I hope that she's not like the chosen one or whatever. But
Yeah.
it doesn't feel like that. It just feels like she's part of a story that could help.
But I'm curious because does her like what does her dad, what does her stepmom know? Like if her mom was one of these like I'm gonna say cursed people, uh, and like Odessa is like the last one, and they know what she becomes, like why wouldn't they just kill her? You know? It's I think it's interesting because there's got to be more,
Yeah, there's definitely more because I think the dad like he had said things throughout that it seemed like he said like it was never supposed to be Odessa. He was always trying to protect Odessa. And it felt more of like not that, she believed that she wasn't worthy of these things, but it felt more of like the sister was born to protect Odessa. And
Mm.
like that's why she was chosen because there's something going on that he needed to protect
Hmm.
her. And like even when he calls her by her nickname when she was
Yeah.
growing up, she's like she hasn't done that in forever because he's
Yeah.
heartbroken because he had this whole plan to protect her for a reason. And they mentioned multiple times he's still in love with the mother that passed.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
that he definitely knows something,
Something.
and it might not be evil either. It might be not like cursed or whatever.
Hmm.
So,
Yeah.
yeah, definitely something where he knows that like she's special for a reason.
I think like that's kind of interesting and like nice in a way that both like her dad, so if he like truly loves her, he's protecting her, and then Ransom's dad, the king, who's presented as like super evil, burning books, terrible, whatever. But then like we talked about this, like at the end, like when his wife gets killed, he truly like does love her and like reaches out to
Mhm.
her, even though he was like punishing her before. So it's like she's put layers to the characters too that no one is like completely evil. Like everyone
Yes.
like loves and cares. So I think that's awesome.
Yeah, because you're questioning them the whole time. Like, yeah, at
Mhm.
first we're like, this dad sucks. And we're like, wait, maybe her dad isn't sucking. Like, maybe he's not just trying to
Yeah.
get power.
Yeah.
Like, the motives that we're seeing is not just the motives that are actually happening.
Yeah. And even like with the burning books, like the whole time you're like, how dare he? Like, that's so awful, blah, blah, blah. And then you find out the reason is like he's trying to protect like information. Like he has to.
Hmm.
Just like, damn,
The
that's
wife gave him no other choice. So
yeah. Yeah.
that was a big plot twist. That
Mm.
mom,
Oh my
like,
God.
huge plot twist that I did not see coming. Like once they were like, "Oh, she's like one of the moms. The mom's definitely here with one of these two people." That was like, okay, yeah, you got it. But then once she gets to the part where she's like, "Oh, she created all of this, the sickness," I was like,
Mm.
"This is wild." I did not predict.
Hmm.
I did not think that. I think that was
Mm-mm.
so genius. Ugh.
Yeah, I think I thought it was more the Voster, or however you say there, the priest.
Hmm.
And I thought it was like the dad, and I thought they were trying to create a new kind of like strong army to
Mm.
defeat the basically like super soldier serum, right?
Yeah, that's
Um,
actually what it is. Yeah.
yeah. So I thought like that's what I thought the militia was for. Like they were trying to like turn all the guys. Um,
Mhm.
but yeah, to have her do that and then she dies, so you don't even have all of the information anymore. Like you got her book, but the source is gone.
Mhm.
That's deep. That's
Also wondering, I didn't look back, but I wonder if some of the dreams Odessa had were premonitions to the
mm,
future. 'Cause she kept dreaming about her handmaid dying, and her handmaid really did die.
yeah.
So I don't know.
True. Yeah. Um, there were a couple things at the end. I don't know how you felt. Like I didn't think Brielle had I thought the Brielle plot was a little odd.
I
Um,
just feel like she didn't want to carry that character over.
okay. That
That's what it
makes
felt like.
sense. Yeah.
She needed a way to like end that character's arc, which I would have been
She
fine if she just like left.
Yeah, she could have just been like heartbroken, whatever. She didn't even really need to be
She didn't really need to
Banners.
be there. Did
No,
not need to be there, yeah.
no.
And like the banner thing was interesting. Like I think it was really sick the plot she did where like ends up the brother that died was like a
Oh,
asshole and
yeah,
terrible
creep.
person.
Yeah.
Yeah, so then you're just like, LOL. Um, but yeah, the Brielle, she didn't really do me there. And then I was kind of, it was hard for me to follow with the other one that turned evil.
Oh,
Or that
Jocelyn.
was, yeah, I was like, who did she betray? I'm so confused. I was like, did she betray, like
Well,
that
she
was,
was
I
a
got lost.
spy.
She was a
Like,
spy for like her kingdom or the
yeah, so she
dad
was
or,
like her father's spy. So she was like one of Banner's like men.
okay.
Um, but you knew she was sus for a while.
Who did she betray? Then no one? Because Odessa felt betrayed. And I was like,
I mean, she kind of
oh,
betrayed Odessa. I guess because she brought Banner back and they were, I don't know.
like she showed everyone where it is.
Yeah, but she didn't get that information.
Yeah, I didn't understand that betrayal. It's like she was going to the father regardless.
That's
Like
true.
Odessa was sending her to the father regardless.
Right. That's true. Yeah. Oh my God. When she got betrayed and you realized that she had told both of them everything, you're like, no. But then they
Wait, what did
found
she
out.
tell them? What do you mean? What did
Like
she
she
tell them?
tells
I don't
Brielle
remember.
like her whole plan. And because remember when she like tries to escape that one day, she's like, I'm gonna trust Brielle and I'm gonna tell her everything, like what I know about the capital
Oh.
city and like what I'm gonna do to like get there, whatever. And then she changes her mind about telling her father,
Hmm.
but Brielle already knew.
I thought she was weaving in lies too with them.
I mean, she didn't tell everything, but
Yeah,
it was just like enough to be like, oh no. But then like worse things happen, the monster comes, and you're like, well, that's a problem for another day.
that's true. Well, Brielle's dead, so
And she's dead. Yeah, man, so nasty.
I really liked too how smart Odessa is, first off. But the map drawing, the way that she did it,
Oh, yeah.
where she was like, I'm gonna draw it on the margins and you put
Hmm.
it together, I was like, that is
That's
ingenious.
very cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was very resourceful,
Hmm.
which I feel like a lot of people, you're taken into this like foreign land, you would just give up, and you see that like they're burning books or whatever, like I don't know. She was smart and she was like fearless in a way that she was still gonna like go to those hidden places and like find the books and like search when she knew she wasn't supposed to or like hide her own books. Um, yeah.
Yeah, she was really cool.
And
She was
like
one of my favorite recent female main characters, I'd say.
I know, and we don't do that very often.
No, we don't like female main characters often, the way they're written. But she was written really, really, really good. She's
Yeah.
smart, she's curious, she was resourceful, like you said. She didn't back down from things.
Hmm.
And she still had heart to her, and then she still had her insecurities, and you saw full, well-rounded who she was and why she was the way she was.
Hmm.
Um, and I can't wait to see her like growth in that and what she becomes and like really
Hmm.
grows into. And like we said, like to each other, that nobody who wants to be in power should be in power. And that's the one thing that she's like constantly like she doesn't want any of this.
Right.
She wants to like sail away. And I'm like, well, this is why you should be doing this because you have the best brain for it because of that.
Hmm. Right. And then at the end, when she like you said, she claims that she's the queen of Tura now. Because it's true.
It is true.
Mhm.
But the dad's still alive, so at least that was a good thing. I was like, the dad cannot die. I was like, these people cannot take up the mantle right
Right
now. I was
now.
like,
Yeah.
there's too much going on. So I was like, so thankful the dad didn't die.
Yeah, just for listeners though, just in case there's any in no consistency, we did have to record this in two parts. So hopefully our audio sounds the same, but we're back for part two, which is the best part. Um, and Ransom, you're talking about like the entire second or fifth act of the book, I guess, like the end scene.
Oh, okay. So what do you have to say about Xavier?
No, I just wanted to know if you want to talk about that part of the book, like the whole death scene and everything. Like, how did you feel and all that stuff?
I definitely did think he died, and it was kind of sad for Evie because and also like he kind of had to do a lot, like being the fake prince. Like he
Hmm.
didn't really get to like live his true life, I guess. And then he like got this attachment to Evie, who's not really his daughter, but
Yeah,
you
that was
know,
wild.
it was all um I mean, like he raised her, so like basically he is her father, and obviously she's attached to him. Um so yeah, when he was like brutally hurt, it was a little wild. And like we talked about it already of how like she did not hold back on
Mm-mm.
anything. So, yeah. But I was like there was a sigh of relief when like there was nurses or medics or whatever who were attending to him. So you're like, okay, maybe he can still. Does he need to be a casualty? That's the question.
Well, I hope not. And maybe he will be later on in a different book, but I really hope not. Like like you said, he
Yeah,
gave up his entire life. Like he's only been selfless
right.
rather than selfish. And even him
Right.
like sleeping with the handmaid, like that's the one time of him being selfish. It's like,
Yeah. And like
yeah.
clearly he was played, you know. So,
I
yeah.
just felt more bad that Evie has to be the one to see all of
Oh
this.
my gosh.
Like,
I know.
why? How much trauma can this little girl take?
I know. Do you think Evie, she's 4, right? 4 years old?
Yeah, 4 or 5, something like that. I think four is right.
Do you
But
think
yeah.
that's too young, or do you think that's like a good age?
I mean, it feels like all of the other like fantasy, not even books, but like TV shows and movies you see where like they had something tragic happen when they were 4 or 5, and it shaped their rest of their lives. So like it's
Yeah,
like a legacy or like a prophecy or something.
true.
So like I
True.
get it. I don't know. I mean, like there's an aspect of them being that young, which I like because her mind is different and like
Mm.
more open to things
Hmm.
because of that, like with her whole thing with the monsters and like wanting to get a pet monster, and even though after all the tragedy she's seen, she still can see that side of the monsters,
Hmm.
and like as you get older, like that can go away, as they've seen with every other person in the book except for Odessa. So
Yeah.
it's like that, I don't want to say humanity, but like that softer side, or not even softer, just like that openness is
Yeah.
more when you're that young. And I think that's a great thing. So I kind of like that with the story. But yeah, there's a lot of trauma for her. Like she literally has seen so many monsters,
Hmm.
raids, like all the that scene. Wasn't she there with like her friend? That was like when they did um the the tree houses. And Odessa had to try to get her friend up. Like she saw all
Oh,
of that.
yeah, she sure
So
did.
like that. So
Hmm.
people dying constantly, her having to
Hmm.
move constantly about her father all the time, and then
Hmm.
not have her father
Hmm.
be her father. And then on top of that, like now this scene of everything going to shit, she also not only witnessed her dad like almost dying, like before that, she I'm pretty sure she saw the whole like Odessa getting attacked, right?
Yeah, I think she saw everything.
Wait, that's a
Oh,
lot. Like, how is
yeah.
she gonna process this?
I know. I don't know. Maybe she'll just like need that little monster and that'll be her like support animal.
Literally, it felt nice because it feels like that's like a inciting event. So it feels like that character could be its own book. Like you can make
Yeah.
a whole series, like just from Evie's point of view. Like actually, I don't know,
Yeah.
skip to years later when she's 16 years old, 17, and then that's a whole fantasy book in itself. And so
Right.
like that's pretty cool. I like that she did that.
Yeah. I also thought like she wrote her well. And
Hmm.
I think the one thing I'm like teetering on is did she write her a little too old? Like her dialogue and like her consciousness is like pretty advanced, I would say. Like she's smart.
Yeah, but
Um,
remember, she's getting tutored all the time. Like she's
yeah,
of royalty, so
yeah.
she has more
But
to her for that. And
I
she could be
think
really
it's
smart.
like yeah, I think it's a double-edged sword. Like I think she wrote a child well because some authors don't know how to write children and they just kind of write them like dumbed down. So I
Hmm.
think she did that well. But I was also like, is 4 too young?
Hmm.
But I think ultimately, like what you're saying is what matters is that she has this she's being shaped right now.
And I
So
think also in terms of the story, like they couldn't make it too long because like it just like consistency with like the mom and
sure,
like the dad, like them being in hiding what for 7, 8 years, like that's a lot. Like
that
there's
would
no
be,
way
yeah.
the dad wouldn't figure this out, and he like did figure it out essentially in kind of. So it's
Yeah, did
like
he?
he
I
figured
don't,
out who she was, where she was in the end, but I don't think he figured
yeah,
out about Evie yet. Yeah.
right,
So it's
yeah.
like there's only so long she could have hid from him.
Hmm.
Um,
So true.
so I don't think like I think the four made sense. I don't know if it changing it to like 5 or 6 really would have changed the opinion that much.
I mean, yeah. Uh, Okay. Also, it's kind of nice that we did this in two parts because we got news about book number
Mhm.
two.
She did.
So, book two is called Rites of Starlight. Is that right?
Yeah, book two is coming soon,
April 7th, 2026.
right around Lee's birthday, which is great.
Yeah. Rites of the
Yeah,
Starling,
of the starling.
which don't know what that means.
Yeah, what's the starling for?
Not a clue. Like, is a star, isn't a starling a bird also?
Oh, I did not think of it like that.
I didn't either, but it is. It's a small bird.
Oh yeah. Huh. I'm like to the stars, the universe. Da, 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 da. I was like, wow, I actually like that better if it's
Oh,
Shield
where?
of Sparrows, and the first
Yeah,
one
yeah.
Sparrows, and Rice of Starling, like starling birds.
So who's the starling?
Is it
Um,
Evie?
is it Evie? Is it do you think we're gonna see her sister again? What's her name? May?
Wait, riddle me this. What if? Okay, it's a trilogy, but like if it wasn't a trilogy, what if she did it where, oh my God, this would be so good. Like Odessa doesn't like she Odessa does this story. What if like by the third book, if it was like a third or fourth book, the main character switches to Evie,
Oh, that'd
and
be
like Evie
great.
has stuff. Wouldn't that be so freaking cool?
That would be
Like
great.
you're watching a kingdom story essentially, and it
Hmm.
can't all be
Hmm.
solved by one character.
Oh my
I mean,
God,
like it's gonna be great regardless, but
I'd be
I'd be sad.
so into that. That's like with Phantasma. Like I was so happy that the second one is her sister,
Hmm.
like because then it felt like we're not dragging anything out. Like a story was complete. Obviously, like Odessa's story is not complete.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I would love that.
But it's like not even Odessa's story is not complete. It's like Odessa can't solve the entire thing. So it's like maybe her story is like I can't continue from here. You must pick it up from here. Like
Sure.
that is so intriguing to me to be able to like save the kingdom in the end. Like Odessa could
Yeah.
be a big chapter of that, but then
Yeah.
you can't do everything. And then oh my God, that would be sick.
Oh my God. Mark it down.
Oh my God. I mean, that's probably not gonna happen because you said such a trilogy, and they can't do that in three books. But
She could,
you never know.
I guess she could do POVs. That would be a solution to it.
Yeah.
What's your take on POVs? Like, do you like an introduction of them? Do you like a limited number of them? I know what you're
Um,
thinking, or if you're thinking what I'm thinking.
no, it's just so funny. I think it depends on the book. Like I don't mind it. I actually really like dual point of view normally. Um, if it's written well,
Hmm.
and I, but if I wouldn't in a series like if we started the series where it's one point of view, and then like the second and third book we get multiple. That kind of bothers me because I'm like I've been with this main character for so long. I think I'm just gonna stay with it, you know?
Yeah, it's
Like
kind
I
of
think I'd
like
rather you start from the beginning.
right. It's
It
like
starts the story.
you couldn't complete the story without having someone else give us a part of it, you know?
Mhm.
That's isn't that what happens in Onyx Storm?
Yeah, it's annoying. I mean, it's
It's
great because like I didn't mind it for the chapter we get where the what's her name dies. The friend dies. Imogen's
oh,
friend
yeah, yeah,
dies.
yeah.
Like I didn't mind that because that showed more of the war going on. Did I
Yeah.
need it in this story necessarily? Maybe not. Maybe like a nice like novella or something.
Mm.
But like then I think we got what's her best friend's name?
Oh,
Rhiannon. We
Reed,
got her
yeah.
point of view too, and like that was kind of like there's some unnecessary, and like I understood what she was trying to do of like show the different aspects of the war and how big this is, but again, that could have been like a novel. Like I
Yeah.
didn't need it in
Yeah.
the main. If we're following one character, and I've been in this character's head for so long, I want to stay in the character's head.
Hmm. Yeah. I agree. I also think that this world, this Shield of Sparrows world, like having novellas would be awesome. Like Give me more.
I think me and you just really like this world. Like I would
Yeah.
definitely eat up some novellas, some side stories, side
Mm,
quests, like
yeah.
anything and everything. Prequels, give it to me.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You could do like the king and the queen. You could do for both kingdoms. You could do like Xavier's POV. Um,
You could do when the Shield of Sparrows started, like the
mm-hmm.
original people.
Mm-hmm.
There's a
Yeah.
lot. There's a lot.
Yeah. Oh, the priests, the creepy priests.
I know that I definitely compared it to them feeling like Dune, like feeling like
Oh,
the priests in
the
Dune.
like the moms, like
Hmm.
yeah, yeah. I think it's interesting how at the end, like Odessa goes with them, even though she doesn't fully trust them, but her
Hmm.
husband does, like Ransom does. So she's trusting him and his faith in them. So she's gonna go. Like I thought that was really interesting that like I really liked that it showed like their bond, you know? Because
Hmm.
originally she was gonna go with back to her dad and like try to figure that out. And a lot of people didn't like that, and I thought that was like kind of cool that
This
she
is so surprising to hear you say that because you usually hate when they get separated.
I know, but I told you before, I was like, I have faith in them. So she did a good job writing their relationship then, you know, like I'm not stressed. I think also then I can, in my brain, they're together, like they're end game. So like whatever happens on the page, it can be annoying, but like I know
I
that
mean, they're already married.
yeah, they're together. It's fine. So yeah, they're gonna have these side quests. And that's just gonna build their characters, and then when they come together, it's gonna be even better.
Yeah, I agree with
Oh.
you because it's like the love story was already established. Like now we're just going on adventures and find like trying to solve the problem. Like it's not as important. The romance is obviously important, but it's like you don't have to wait multiple books for it to be confirmed. Like you're right, it's already been confirmed. We love each other. We're great. Let's
Mm-hmm.
go save the world. And it's like, okay, you might have to separate to go save the world. Like they don't need to be together on every page. And I like that too.
And I liked there was a post for the next book, then it was like different tropes that are gonna happen. And
Oh,
one of them was like love triangles, never.
yeah, never. What would not with Odessa at least, maybe other people.
Yeah, I don't know who, but I was like, oh, good, we established this. Great.
I'm
Uh,
glad we know from the top.
but yeah, I think I don't know. Those guys are creepy. The priests are creepy.
Hmm.
And I
Well, that's a whole
think
story too that we're gonna find out. We gotta find out what's happening.
yeah, because I think we're not supposed to know. So we don't know who to trust. And I think
Mm.
because like we're with Odessa mostly, we're kind of like they're sketchy. Are they like making his problem worse? Because obviously like they're they're essentially like bleeding him out, which is a very
Hmm.
like old medieval technique that didn't work. So it's are they doing it for the good or are they just unknowing? Uh so again, like she set up a lot and like there's still more to come, but it doesn't feel like overwhelming. It feels like, yeah, like we're ready
Yeah, I
for the
agree.
next book. So just another reason that I really enjoyed it.
I think it's funny though, like with the priest, that like she never realized that no one else felt the way that she
Oh my
feels
gosh, I
around them.
know.
Like she's like, don't you feel like drains you or whatever? He's like, no, what the like what are you talking about?
Yeah, like
Like
no
she
one is
never
bothered,
asked anyone. She was just like, wow, no one's bothered. And I was like, you never asked anyone your entire life.
right? Not even like your stepmom, you wouldn't have been like, ah, like I hate when they're near. Like, nope, nothing.
I guess because she literally felt it her entire life. So like she maybe just was like, wow, I'm just really bad at hiding it.
Yeah. Yeah. It's kind of like when like you've done something your whole life and then you like find like an internet meme that's like, isn't it weird when this happens? And you're like, oh my God, there's someone else.
Which hopefully she does meet someone else who gets like a weird thing too when they're around them.
Yeah. I wonder if we're gonna see like, are they gonna capture a creature and then have it? try to have it turn human, or does it only turn human when they're dead?
Yeah,
That
because
was
they wouldn't know that because during the migration they hide.
right. And they've only found one, and she was dead. So
Hmm.
I like that too because like there's a science element to it, right? They have to have like a hypothesis. However, their scientist died. So
I mean, true. But there's more scientists. We just gotta find them. They're in the
yeah,
city.
yeah, we just gotta find them. You're right.
Oh, I'm excited to see like if we meet her mom too. Like Odessa's mom. Like what if Odessa's
Mm.
mom was one of the scientists too?
I
We
wonder
don't
if we're
know.
ever gonna make it to what is it called? Elysaria, the
Oh, I kind of
city.
love that we didn't get to see that this
That's so
book.
crazy.
I thought
Yeah.
that was awesome. I love the suspense of that. I like that we were kept on edge. And like it was something important, but like, was it that important? Because in the grand scheme of things, no, it wasn't
Yeah,
because
I know.
the migration was more important.
Hmm. Yeah. I feel like maybe eventually we have to go there.
I
Was
don't
it
know if we'll go with Odessa. Maybe we'll get some dual point of view.
right? I don't even know if this place is real. Like I was with her and I was like, maybe it's fake. Like, I don't know.
Would that bother you if we get a dual point of view next book? If we get Ransomed and her point of view? Or
I
would you
don't
rather
think.
just wait for them to reconnect?
No, I don't think so.
I
They're
mean, I
not
guess we
gonna.
did by the end of the book, so we kind of
Yeah.
already.
I think I was a little, I don't want to say annoyed, but like it was cliche that the last chapter was his chapter because that seems to be a theme now where like the guy gets the last bit.
Hmm.
And I think like we really liked it the first time we got Zayden's, right? Because it was like, oh my gosh. Um, but it doesn't need to be.
What about in Powerless? When did we get Kai's? Was that second book?
It's a good
Or was
question.
it always the first book?
No, I think we always had him, right?
Okay.
Because
We might have.
we
We
have
might have.
Ryan. I haven't heard anything about what is it called? Fearful?
Yeah, Fearful, because the other one was Fearless. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
We still got to read it, but I haven't heard good or bad.
So that's good.
Yeah. Okay, anything
Kill
else
the
to say?
Sparrows. No, I'm just really excited for this series to continue. I'm excited that it was picked up by, I think, Amazon. So, like, yay, hopefully TV show in the future,
Mm.
or movie. I think it's gonna be a great TV show. I also, if you're reading this series, I definitely recommend following the author on Instagram because she posts a lot of like fan art and art she's commissioned, but not even that, just like vibes. Like she posted recently that Lee and I were looking at like showing like what each area looks like
Oh, that was
the
her?
different places we visit. Yeah, I think it was her page. Um,
I don't follow her, so let me do that. Oh
yeah, I'm
yeah.
pretty sure it was her page. Yeah, like
Yeah.
she does post a lot of great stuff. So definitely like give her, I mean, shout out. I'm shouting out the author without, we're not getting paid for this. Definitely give her a follow. But I think it just like helps the experience, I think, was being able to like see what they post about it. Because when a book's so
Yeah.
new, the fan art takes a while, you know? Like that
Yeah.
was the same case with Night in the Moth. Like when we were reading Night in the Moth, there was
Oh.
a lot, but there's been so much more since we finished reading. And it's like
Mm-hmm.
you have to wait a full year for like really there to be like, dedicated fan base and fan art.
Mm-hmm.
I
Excited.
think that wraps up our review of Shield of Sparrows. Um, if you haven't
Yeah.
checked us out before, make sure to check out our mini episodes. We come out on the opposite weeks of our full-length episodes, and they're focused on Allie Hazelwood right now. So we're reviewing all of
Mhm.
Allie's books. That's very
Mhm.
exciting. Our book club right now is reading the Gods and Monsters series by Ember V. Nicole. And then on the podcast, we like to review not only the books that, we're reading in the book club, but uh these books as well. I think I mentioned earlier in the podcast on this episode, like we have a side quest book club. So
Mm.
like you'll see a bunch of books on here and a range of things. Um, so don't feel like you need to just be leashed to our one series that we're doing in our
Sure.
main book club because we will talk about other books too. Give us a follow on Instagram and TikTok at Fairy Tales Podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Let us know what's up. Let us know what you like, what you don't like. And we hope that you are reading a really great book right now.
Yeah.
Happy reading.
Happy reading.